Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Back home in Rivers State, the local government chairman are busy battling over the issue of revenue collection between Ichie and Obibo local government area. But they seem to be, Ichie's chairman seem to be, suing for peace, insisting that his co-chairman doesn't have issue with him, that they are not at war. Quite understandable. Meanwhile, in faraway Abuja FCT in particular, the FCT minister seems to be battling a lot of personal political issues. We have the person of Sowore have decided to push in all his arsenal to ensure that Nigerians make demands on how we can make his spending. Meanwhile, some few hours ago, some group of Nigerians started trending on social media insisting that Wike must be probed, and there was a protest, a charge going on that effect. Of course, it's still online. It has not translated to offline real time. But now there are moves being made allegedly behind the scene by the FCT minister. Let's quickly dive into the news to find out exactly what is going on. That is making a lot of hush-hush tones in Aso Rock. Some said that right now there's a pressure going on in Aso Rock over the person of Wike. Before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. And the controversy surrounding the Nigerian Federal Capital Territory Minister Wike has reached new heights with revelations about the secret acquisition of multi-million-dollar properties in Florida. At the heart of the controversy is Wike's apparent attempt to amend his asset declaration with Nigeria's Code of Conduct Bureau, that's CCB, to include properties recently exposed in Florida and other foreign locations. However, CCB officials informed him that his original declaration had already been forwarded to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, for thorough verification and investigation. Sources within the minister's camp revealed that the move has left Wike unsettled. Extensive investigations into publicly available documents and property records in the United States exposed a troubling pattern of concealment and apparent violation of Nigeria's asset declaration by laws by the minister. Records obtained exclusively by some media outlets revealed that Wike acquired a $2 million mansion in Winter Springs, Florida, registered not in his name but discreetly under the names of his wife, Justice Eberechi Wike, and their 3 children. The acquisition took place through a private transaction in March 2025, deliberately structured to evade direct ownership disclosure by the minister himself. The mansion, a 2-story structure, was built on over 4,000 square feet. Further examination revealed that 3 multi-million-dollar homes in affluent Florida communities were purchased covertly using cash transactions and swiftly transferred to their children via quitclaim deeds executed by Wike's wife, who is a senior judicial officer in Nigeria. These transactions, spanning from 2021 to 2023, all maintained an air of secrecy consistent with attempt to keep assets beyond the regulatory grasp of Nigeria anti-corruption bodies such as the CCB, the EFCC, and the ICPC, which is the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission. Nigeria's law mandates full disclosure of assets held by public officials, both domestic and foreign. Yet, Wike's initial asset declaration conspicuously omitted these foreign properties. The CCB, upon receiving a request from Wike to amend his declaration to acknowledge these properties, had to inform him that his file has already been transmitted to the EFCC for verification. EFCC is now conducting a forensic audit of Wike's declarations, ownership details, and possible infractions, a source in the CCB told news media. Meanwhile, civil society organizations, that's CSOs, advocacy groups, and international NGOs have launched vocal campaigns demanding an exhaustive probe into Wike's financial dealings. They stated that the allegations go beyond mere undeclared assets to include suspected diversion of public funds and illicit enrichment. Wike's camp has denied the allegations, dismissing them as politically motivated attacks aimed at undermining his stature and influence. The minister has challenged accusers to provide evidence, projecting himself as a target of a political witch hunt rather than an accountable public official. However, the documentary evidence filed in United States property registries tells a different story. A source in the EFCC who pleaded not to be named, not to be mentioned, said the minister is playing with fire. His words, and I quote him word for word, he should keep denying. But what I can say is the CCB's initial receipt and forwarding of Wike's asset declaration to the EFCC is a procedural matter. It is part of our mandate to uphold integrity in public service. The ongoing forensic financial investigations will definitely uncover the truth. I will say this very quickly. Wike said, according to Lere Olayinka, he said that the property is really not even Wike's property. It's not in his name. It's actually the wife's property, and the wife here is not a politician. So why are we taking paracetamol over another person's headache? And he went further to say, after all, the said properties here, the foreign properties we're talking about here, are bought by his in-laws, meaning that Wike's in-laws have got very, very rich for them to be able to afford this kind of very lofty, beautiful property in a highbrow area, expensive area in Florida. My goodness. No wonder Wike mentioned some months ago that his father was a GM of many companies. Though he was not like a Dangote, but he was not poor. He had a Mercedes he was driving way back then when he was in the university. So if his father was a GM, general manager of many companies, the guy is from a very rich home. And maybe also his in-laws are also very, very rich. So I wonder why he is also, based on what we are gathering, allegedly so, why is he so interested in trying to impute those property? Larry said it's not his property, it's his wife's property. And the wife is not a public servant. So, nobody should begin to drag Wike here. But I guess the presidency have gotten Wike exactly where they want him, so that in case he tries to play, they remind him of those files. Politics is quite dirty, especially Nigerian politics. Can be interesting, but can be very delicate. Let's go wrap it up. Let's meet in that comment section. What's your take?